Verde Vikings, this is Coach Brooks and I have a new activity for you. We're going to do some estimation using pedometers. Now, pedometers, I know a lot of you have your smartphones and stuff like that, so if you don't have an actual pedometer, I know there's some apps on smartphones that you can use that will act as pedometers. If you don't have a pedometer or you don't have access to something like that, you can try to count your steps. If you can't do that, you can always use a timer to try and time yourself through our course, okay? So what I would also say to you is on your classroom page, you're gonna need to take a look at the description sheet, because down at the bottom of your description sheet, it's going to give you a table, and your table will give you all of the locomotion skills that you can use. So if you look over here at the table, we have starting with a walk all the way down to leaping, okay? So running is something that I want everybody to be really careful with. So if you don't want to run, you can always slow that down to a jog. If you're walking and you want to speed up walking, you can also do a fast walk, okay? So then if you take a look going over here, before you start the challenge, you're going to make an estimate of how many steps it will take you. And cameraman, if you could go this way. If you look at our course, I have numbers 1 through 6 throughout the backyard. So obviously number 1 starts here at the chair. There's 2, there's a 3 that you might be able to see. 4 is way over there. And there we go with number 5. Finally with number 6. So you don't have to use 6 numbers. If you only have space to do maybe 3 or 4 numbers, you can do that. If you wanted to do this activity inside, you could designate each room in your house a number, like your kitchen could be number 1, maybe a bathroom could be number 2, a bedroom could be number 3, and you don't physically have to touch the number, you just have to get to that area, okay? All right, so here are our sample people again, our students. What they've done on their sheets is they've made an estimate on what they think they will take. Well, let's talk about the walking round. How many steps they think they'll make in the walking round. When they're done with their pedometer, they're gonna write their actual number down and then we'll compare their numbers. So probably gonna do this maybe one at a time or a staggered start. Remember, when you're doing anything like this, make sure you have your shoes on. If you're switching surfaces, if you notice our course here, we start with obviously the pool decking, but then they go into the grass. You need to be really careful because, obviously we don't want anybody hurting themselves. So let's start with Hannah Banana. Hannah's gonna go first. She is going to put her pedometers on. You guys need to make sure your pedometers are on the right mode before you go. And start whenever. So here she goes. She's gonna actually go. Michael, you're gonna start when she gets to 3. So put that on your pants. All right, so Michael's finishing up his. See you counting. Now it's important that if your student's doing this, that they try to remember the exact path that they do for the next one. So if you look at Hannah's sheet, cameraman, if you look at Hannah's sheet, her first estimate on walking was 55 steps, but after her actual steps taken, she only took 42. Michael, what were your numbers?
I estimated 65 and I got 64.
Because you counted. You cheated.
How's that cheating?
Anyway, no cheating. So we're going to take it one more step. So we're going to do the jogging round. Let's see if maybe if jogging there's less steps than maybe walking. So Hannah, go ahead and start. Watch your feet. So she's got the 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and go. What'd you guess? Okay. So Hannah's estimation for this for jogging was 30, and I think her actual steps were 24. Michael, what was your estimation?
I estimated 30 and I got 50.
Ooh, so he was way off on that one. But anyway, what you can do is you can go down. You can obviously finish the table if you want. I left you a little column to write any notes that you may have, or maybe some things that you noticed. And down here at the very end, I put an extension to the activity. You can use, you know, a Venn diagram, and you can kind of compare and contrast what you did to see if, you know, maybe your numbers were way off, maybe they were spot on. But this is a really fun activity. And again, you can do it outside or you can do it inside.